to episode 3 of our update 6 Timberborn Let's Play on Mountain Range. Wow, that's a lot to say. Drought approaching, so only normal motor won't be too hard. Last time we got our very basic bad tide divert in place, not really taking advantage of any of the changes for update 6, but we will get to some of that. What I want to do today is start progressing our tech tree so we can. First thing we're going to do is put in a gear workshop, so let's unlock that and get that built. So hopefully we can get some gears going before the drought comes. So let's put in a small warehouse there for gears. Got some planks stored up already, so hopefully straight away we can get into making gears. We are a couple of beavers short, so I'm going to drop down a builder, and maybe it would be wise. I'm not sure if we should have another breeding pod or not. We might hold off before we put that in. We do need, got oak trees coming up, so actually, yeah, let's put in another breeding pod. Housing, breeding pod, just there. That means we should probably build some more housing, and for now we'll just carry on along here, and it would probably be sensible to do that. Yeah, another part's not straight. That might trigger some of you. We'll sort it in the long term. But yeah, we'll start cutting these trees down. We're now 4 beavers short, which is really not great. You could maybe pause one of you. So we're taking from both of those, and let's drop you down. Yeah. That's okay. I'm happy with being, I'm not happy with, but I can cope with being 2 beavers short. So let's think about getting across now to metal. So we've got a path up here and across here. This, we're not worried about bad tide, but getting up here is a bit steep. So we could either come down here and across, or we could adjust this, and maybe adjusting this is the way to go. So we could do something like this. And come around here, across here. Do we try, if we can't build a bridge there easily, can we? Because we won't be able to get the path out of the back. If we, and the same there, so we're going to have to platform across here. We can afford to unlock the double platforms, so let's do that. And we want to go up here. Just thinking again longer term. I want to go up here and across. Maybe I do actually. My thought process is if we expand this in the classic way that you might expect, if you've been watching JC the Beard play this map, and do the big dam across here, so the bad water eventually goes off the back of the map, then it would probably be sensible to come back here and up this way and across. So there is the drought. And if we did that, could we use a bridge? I'm not sure we could still, but what we can do is let's do a staircase straight up this way. And then we can just do level 1 platforms across here. Then do we go round? No, I think we go up again. And then across. Is that likely to be flooded? Not if we're going out that way. I think we could come across. If we come across here. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's quite a long gap, isn't it? How long a gap is it? Let's measure it with platform. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those. How much is the 4 bridge? It's 600. That's a lot, isn't it? So I think we are going to platform across there just to be safe. And that gets us to metal. We don't have enough science points for the scavenger flag even. So, yeah. It's weird. Yeah, okay. So let's pause all of those. Breathe up some beavers to be cutting down trees and doing research, which is good. We need that. Should I plant some more cassavas? I think we should take the delete tool, rip out these, and these which have been marked to not be planted for a very long time. Let's prioritize them as well so they actually happen. Should we rip those out as well? We have so many cassavas at the moment. I know this is maybe going to trigger some people, but let's at least mark them to not be planted. And then what I'm going to do is replace them with cassavas. Because we do need more of those because we are just about. The other thing that we do want to do is drop in a ladder down here and a ladder down here. And then we can plant a bunch of mangroves, which will be really useful. This can be deleted now and we can straighten up this path. I did say that was temporary, so let's fix the temporariness of it. We don't really need to worry about cutting down any of these birch trees or anything like that. The other thing that we could do is we could look at blocking this off and sending this out the back. But I'm not too worried about that. What I do think we should do, get a little bit inspired by at least the comments on JC the Beard's videos, is put some power generation in up here. But I'm going to make use of water wheels up here. And it might actually be sensible. We have a decent amount of water to pause both of those so that stays hydrated. Yeah, so they can now plant down to there. So plant trees, mangroves. There we go. It's basically going to get us a free food source. Gather a flag. You'll be able to gather all of those. And I'm hoping we get someone to come build those. you're going to be able to plant the rest of those. Yep. And if we put in food, gather a flag there, they will be able to do both of those. Let's make that a minimum priority task. Weird that none of the rest of these trees are coming up. So let's pause both of you. Need to keep an eye on the water level. We have 4 whole gears. I would like to unlock the water tank. I've got enough science to do it, so let's get that done. I think, should we... Let's actually tuck one there. Make that water and obtain. Plant crops, cassavas. Go. Get more of those growing. Got plenty of berries still. We don't need to harvest any more of those yet. Good, we can get another farmer back in there. We can have more lumberjacking going on. And we are out of planks, which is a bit of a problem. So probably we should build a larger storage for planks. So that we can make more of those. I'm not sure if our storage was full, but it seems sensible to do that. How are we doing on the old well-being front for the basics? Let's build another campfire. And if we're doing that, I'm going to wait actually until we're finished. I'm going to change this so that we've got a couple of these and we'll do it differently. Yeah. Do I go early on the swimming pool? It's 250 science. We don't really have enough for that yet. Particularly as we need the scavenger flag. It's weird that random ones of these are cropping up super early. Let's pause you. Pause you. You going. Really, there just does seem to be a general improvement in the fidelity of the graphics in the game. We've made some really good changes, I think. One of the things that I want to experiment with is basically moving this without explosives. So we now have the impermeable floor. We have the ability, we have levees, which we had levees before. We have the ability to build levees on platforms. And what I'm thinking of doing, so that we can make this stay green early, is we could either divert this out the back, but I quite like having this coming into here for power. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting platforms in here, and then just to play with the new, or we could use the overhangs, because this messes with, I think this messes with the contamination. And so basically maybe using overhangs to raise up the bad water and bring it out over here. So maybe bring it along here on some sort of raised aqueduct, just to play with that mechanic early. but we would need the impermeable floor. Or we use single height platforms and we put levees on top, because you can use levees to move the water. So either is an option. Either is an option. So again, why haven't you planted that tree? Let's pause you. We need to, we've got 3 spare beavers. Actually, we need more than that, but let's unpause all of you. Get you all to, we need 2 beavers in there now. So we've got 3 beavers cutting down trees. Are these trees up the back marked to be cut? They are. Okay. Let's plant the rest of these cassavas. I guess as we get logs coming, planks coming through, I should get more now. I've got a sensible amount of. As our power grid looking hard to tell at the moment, but we're generating 500 HP. That should be plenty. Yeah. Those have died due to contamination. So let's demark those for planting for now. So yeah, that is a reason to want to try and do that, I guess. But I do want this flow so that when we get bad tide, it keeps powering stuff. And I think it'll just be an interesting experiment in making use of the new mechanics. Yeah, it's probably time to not replant these as birch trees. They are marked to be cut, we're just not cutting them fast enough. We definitely need to grow the population, but I don't want to do it too quickly and risk some sort of population explosion. That would be bad. So with all of this stuff running, we have plenty of power. That's good. Really miss the flywheels. Really miss those. Yeah, we're not really stockpiling planks. We are producing them a little bit quicker than we need, but obviously we're building with them. So yeah. But let's look at planting more oak trees. Don't think we need to be thinking about treated planks yet. For the smelter, we need. We've got everything we need for the. We can make everything we need for the smelter, so that's good. Yeah, I was thinking put the smelter up here. Have some water wheels in here. Literally across here. That'll generate loads of power. That will generate power during a bad tide still as well, because the bad water is going to go off here. They've all been replanted as cassavas, so hopefully we're now slightly positive on the amount of cassavas we're producing. Good. Gears are going into gears and planks are going. All the planks are in there. That's good. They're working on building that. We have -2. Oh, stupid boy. I prioritize water pumping. Someone forgot to unpause the water pumpers. Oops. Oops. I think, having done that, what we're going to do is clear those out as a priority activity. because this is clean water. And we will build another deep water pump there. So that when I do dumb things, we can recover our water supply faster. It's only normal water, we should be fine. Should be fine. That's in. They're getting across here. Oh, we don't necessarily need to, certainly not now, but it feels like the safer thing to do, particularly whilst we stockpile science. In reality, it is quite a bit later in the day because I had to do my day at work, or finish my day at work. And we're going to continue now. So hopefully we can finish up building this because our water situation is not super great because someone forgot to unpause the water pumps. I'm really hoping that very soon we get the simple triggers mod because I really miss that mod. Yeah, really miss that mod. It really makes a difference. But I think once I'm going to prioritize that as a job. So we're not doing any science at the moment, which is a slight issue. I guess we don't need to have that. It's weird that it lets you set that now in this update without it, without the haulers even being available. I don't think you could do that before. Yeah. Oh well. We are. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated. I do like that word. We're working on getting this done. We still need a bit more science to be able to put in the scavenger flag. We then need science to unlock the smelter. Quite a lot of science to unlock the smelter. And what I'm thinking is I might actually build the smelter here. We can take advantage of getting power out of here. It means that the scrap metal doesn't have to come quite so far. I was just going to remind myself of the recipe. So it's 2 scrap metal and 0.2 of a log to get 1 metal. So they only have to haul 1 metal. We could even get our logs from here, but that would mean having a beaver car up here, or they could haul logs up from here, I guess, which is not that far. The alternative is we have them bring the scrap metal all the way across to here. Either way is not a massive problem, I guess. And we do have a decent amount of power down here, and that would centralize our industry around one point and around where these are. So maybe that's better. I'm undecided at the moment. I am thinking, I'm really wanting to experiment with this aqueduct thing for removing the contamination from here and moving the bad water away from this area. So we are going to have to play with that once we've got this done. We've got access to quite a lot of wood. We're obviously not cutting down all of the wood that we have available at the moment. So, yep. A little bit of me is tempted to put in another breeding pod, but I am equally a little bit worried about a bit of a population explosion. So I'm going to be a little bit patient there. Water is recovering now. But what I'm thinking is if we shifted this, so we could maybe even bring it over to the side here, we could maybe at the very least dam across here and get a little bit of water retained in here for this during a drought. I don't know. I think probably we'll be okay in terms of pumping. But that will at least clear all of this for planting trees. I could follow in the footsteps of. I'm trying not to. I'm really conscious of not copying what JC is doing in his series. We have quite different play styles, I think, so that should be okay. We should should begin to diverge if you watch his series as well. But it would make sense to put a staircase here and get some more oak trees in up here. Make use of the fact that we can plant trees up here. So we can go to that step there. Assume, yep. Say a few more trees. Seems sensible. We will need that extra wood at some point once we can staff all of those lumberjacks. Food situation is looking better. We will soon. Our mangrove trees are up, so they've now got 10 days before they produce fruit. Nuts. Not entirely sure. Thinking we only built the one scratcher, although it's almost enough actually, so maybe we don't need to worry about that. Can we get the well-being detailer? It's 1,000 science. No, we cannot. We're a very long way from that, but this is in, so once we've got our 250 science we can do that. So we could start planning this. The thing that I'm thinking is we need to be conscious of the bad water. So I thought we could come up here. A little bit of a wonky path for now. Across here. That's 4 wide, isn't it? I don't want to spend science on it, so we'll do platforms across here. Yeah, I'm just conscious that I don't want the beavers to have to interact with the bad water, so we'll bring them across like this. And then I guess the question is whether we hold out for enough science. And these are a good chunk of science actually, so maybe we don't. So my alternative plan is single platforms. Those they could build from above. All of those they could build from above, and then these they could build without going in the bad water, so that would be okay. So place those like that, those like that. And I guess we would need them along there as well, like that. And we might need to unlock the triple platform as well. Then I want to do a double layer of levees there. And now we don't want to do those yet. We will do a path along there. So hopefully now you can see roughly what the idea is, in that we're going to utilize the fact that we can build levees on top of these platforms to bring the bad water across here. And then hopefully by the time we get to that, we'll have some overhangs, and we can just build some overhangs for the sake of it. And I'm kind of just doing this to show off the 3-dimensional water to some extent. We could have done this in update 5 with lots of levees, I guess. But this lets us do it with platforms. So, yeah. And we should probably low prioritize the levies. So that they build the platforms. We've got our science for the scavenger flag. So we'll put that there. We'll get you going. We will do a small industrial pile there. And I think we're going to do the metalwork there or here? Do we for now? I think for now we build a large industrial pile here and we'll just stockpile scrap metal. So let's prioritize building that and that, because we then need to get another few hundred science. And if we get the metal floors unlocked, we could do this with metal floors. And if that's the case, these needed to have been a level higher. The metal floors are, in perm build floors, are 200 science and they're 1 metal each. So, do we plan around doing that? That would be cooler, wouldn't it? So, I've just had an OBS crash, so I'm not sure exactly how much we've lost. So, I will recap. I am planning for success, and what we're going to do is assume that we will get access to the metal floors, and we're going to use double platforms for this bit and then single platforms for this bit, and actually raise this up. And then I am going to use the overhangs to shoot this out over the top. So, yep. We will need to put sides on it still, which will make use. We have a drought incoming. That's okay. Which will make use of levies. So we can do that still. And that's okay. Yeah, like that. So, guess. We might actually need to put a staircase there. Do that for now. I'm going to prioritize building those and hope they build them from above, not by going in via that. Actually, I know I'm wasting resources doing this, but I don't want to get contaminated beavers. No one wants a contaminated beaver. Let's do that. But I really want to experiment with this 3-dimensional water flow. I did a little bit of playing with it when stuff released, but not really to any extent. So, yeah. But what I think this might do is allow us to plant the rest of the mangroves in here and just plant some more trees. Wow, those are all up. So let's get you cutting trees, because we are going to need a lot of trees. Our gear stock is full, so we can probably pause you. Do we want to put in another sawmill? What we could do for now is come around here and do that. Although we've got 76 planks, so maybe we don't need to. Let's not. And say we didn't. And put you to work in there. be okay. We've got only a day to go on those. Let's plant the rest of the oak trees there. I know we've got a lot of standing wood, but 3 spare beavers now as well. Okay. Pause, unpause you. So we've got 5 lumberjacks working there now. We should build more lumberjack flags there. Get those working on that. Would probably be sensible to build a bigger storage for gears. And there is our drought. So I guess we'll build what we can of this. They can probably build quite a bit of it. Or certainly put a lot of the logs in. Anyway. So we're getting there with science. So that's okay. I think it would be sensible to do that. Actually, let's do that, and then that, and that. Get a bit more power generation. Do I want to do that first, actually? What's that? Yeah, let's do that. And let's high prioritize those. That'll give us loads of power to expand. All those, we've got lots of spare beavers. It's only a 4-day drought, but we've not had a single bad tide yet. We're on cycle 4, I guess. That's not really that big a deal, actually. We've got full builder complement. Let's pick some berries while we've got spare beavers. We've got mangroves, so let's start picking those. Let's put some storage in for mangroves. Why can't I see? You can, yeah, there we go. So they can just eat those straight up. Cool, they're all built. Let's unpause that. I know I should have probably put blocks in there first as well, but hopefully that'll be okay. Let's do that. Let's pause you. Let's delete you. Let's high prioritize you. Pause you to... I can't get to that. Seriously, I built those the wrong way around. Classic me. I know. I know. Very frustrating. Let's unpause you. Make you a high priority. You're paused, so we'll make you a high priority in waiting. You're paused, so you can be a high priority. Be paused and a high priority. Unpause you. This should give us loads of power. go. So you're done. So let's unpause both of you. Let's prioritize picking up all those logs. Let's pause those. And you, because we don't have a lot of water left. Those look so much better. It looks so much better. The game looks so different, I think. Yeah. The game looks very, very different. Scrap metal is being stockpiled, which is good. Those are all built, which is good. Those have been collected, so we're going to delete the stairs again for now. They should be back to building these. We've got enough science now to build the smelter. I guess the question is, probably what we do is step down. So we need to unlock the high power shaft. And then metal smelter. Yes. Yes. Going to build that this side. I'm going to move that. Because what I'm going to do is bring the path underneath. And then do that there. That there. There. That's going to be kind of ugly, but it is what it is. For now, we're going to do that monstrosity. And then we're going to do you and you. You're going to be scrap metal and you're going to be metal. And, oh, they did dry out, but nothing seems to have suffered too badly, and we will unpause all of those. And we didn't run out of water, which is good. So, hopefully now let's unpause those. We are 4 beavers short, which is science, which is not a massive problem. And we've got 5 kits, so we've got 4 homeless beavers, so we better build some more accommodation. And what we're going to do is build it this side of the fire pits. Fire pits, campfires. This is starting to progress well. Now we've got this going. We've got our gear warehouse. We could do with getting this built, which is the one for the mangrove fruits. That would be good. We could probably do with prioritizing one of the housing things. Our power grid is now pretty stupid. But that's cool. Probably do with prioritizing all of that to some level. Well, this being experimental doesn't need to be a priority, really. As much as it would be nice to have it done soon because it'll look cool. And am really curious as to how it affects contamination and things. So our next goal is 200 science for the impermeable floors. We won't be putting them in here till the very last minute because that will allow the bad water to flow through still while we build it. So we need 200 science for that. And then if I get the one to triple overhang, that's 550 science. Okay. That's going to take us a little while. That's going to take a little while. Something else we should probably be looking at. A few things we should probably be looking at. One, maybe levying across here to make a walled store. Two, replacing these with the sluices. So quite a lot. Three, a hauling post. And I guess once the kits grow up, we will have some spare beavers for that. So let's get that scheduled in. With a couple of beavers to haul. We've got the mangrove storage, that's in. Hopefully they're starting to work on this. Quite a lot of building there, obviously. Meanwhile, the science is going up, which is cool. I'm quite happy to make... Am I happy to make one of those lower priority? I'm not sure, but from a food point of view, we're now getting a nice bonus, which is good. Just thinking in the fermenting, do we want to go for early hydroponics with the mushrooms? We would be hitting our metal supply hard. But that might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. What are they building now? I'm not sure what they're building. Hopefully all of this stuff. Not sure. Not sure what our builders are working on. Hate it when that happens. Hate it when that happens, but hey. We've got in that position again, which I get in a lot. Ah, they're building that. That's okay. Where I have too many projects going on at once. That is quite a common thing for me. So, I'm also not entirely sure how long this video is because I recorded part of it on one computer and part of it on my laptop. So we might run to the end of cycle 5 and see how we're doing. Make a little bit of progress. Right, our wood stocks are quite full, so I'm going to pause one of those to get more science going, and I'm going to go up to an 18-hour workday. For the same reason. You can be paused as well, so actually we can keep you going. I think we're just at the point where our wood storage is full. So maybe whilst we've got plenty of spare land, we just put some more in. Okay. Oh, I should also prioritize the staircase as well as prioritizing all of the stuff that goes with the staircase. There we go. Wow, he's going for it with his hammer. They're all going for it with their hammers. There we go. There we go. So have we got some haulers now? Not yet. That's going to be a high priority job because having some haulers would be useful. And let's prioritize that to get power into the smelter. We've now got enough science to unlock the impermeable floor. Yep. So then the next target is, let's say, the triple. Yeah. Which is 550 science, but we will need to stand that on some double platforms. And this is almost like what they call it back in the folly. It's disturbs folly. As we try and explore the three-dimensional water. I mean, you could, if you really needed to, in situations like this, have this all be like small warehouses or something. You could have this all be warehouses. And you could have done warehouse cheese of 15 logs instead of, you know, many logs and planks. And to some extent, there would be value in doing that, maybe in some situations. And one of the things that I've seen a picture of is someone building like a water thing over the top, and you could have swimming pools on top of houses now. Which is just crazy. Just crazy. Up to 37 beavers, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Making decent progress with this now. We are basically plank limited. So my idea of building another wood workshop was not so crazy. So let's plan for that. Our power grid can easily cope, I think. Yep. Easily. Let's prioritize building that, I think. Oh, we've got an injured beaver, so well-being, medical bed, please. Tuck a couple of those down there. We'll make those a moderate priority. Because as we get into more heavy industry, we are going to get that occurring. Platforms, we need the triple platform actually before we get to the think of your words. Overhangs. There we go. Bad tide approaching. Not entirely sure why they're not building that one. But, you know. Getting through those pretty quick. There we go. We've got some metal now, so let's start putting in our impermeable floors. And I do need to be conscious of the bad tide starting. So we could just raise that a little bit. Not that there's any point to doing that, but This will be where it shows off the benefit of what we did here, where we will keep power through the bad tide rather than having put the power generation in up here. Seriously, why are you not? There we go. Finally. So a few more to get built. But I think we can start putting in the levee wall along there. And we'll run a path out along that. Let them do some building out there. Okay, we've got 250 water. It should be quite a short first bad tide, I think, because it's our first bad tide. So, should be okay in terms of water supply. Let's put those in. We won't put these ones in because this should allow going to pause that. This not having them here should allow us to just keep flowing anyway, and we can then just build those from the top, hopefully. That's my plan. But I'm really kind of curious. The easy option would have just been to dam across here and send this off the back, but I want the power from it during bad tides. So. 0.2 of a day, so let's be ready to close these. 0.1, 0.0. Here comes the bad tide. Let's close this nice and early. Let's pause these and you. There we go. Bad tide dealt with. Obviously, it's going to kill everything this side, but I don't care about that. It's only a 1 day bad tide, so actually some of that might survive. But the main thing is we set you to replant dead trees. Yep, oh, our first impermeable floor is in. Cool. We've got a supply of metal. But yeah, first bad tide, no real effect on any of our farming. A little bit of die off here as this becomes pure bad water. But yeah, jobs are good and bad tide over. So we'll just wait for this to become clear. Let's unpause our water pumps. And that looks pretty good. Let's open that up. There we go. Bad tide dealt with. Into cycle 6. And we're good. And they are working on building all of this stuff now. So impermeable floors are going in. We don't quite have enough science for these. No, we need a bit more. We are using the metal as fast as we can make it. I'd kind of assumed... Wow, they are getting through that actually pretty quick. I had kind of assumed they would build the side pieces as they went. Actually thinking that we need to remove that, remove that, remove You need to be a single platform. You need to be a triple platform and be using the overhangs out of those. Yeah. Got the medical beds in. Got those starting to go in. Need to keep that for now until all bar. Pause those two. Yeah. Let's build those from the outside just in case what I'm doing doesn't quite work. We've got quite a few planks stockpiled now. And quite a few gears. So let's pause that. And I think I'm wondering if I should build a second smelter. Just wondering because we are going to need, it's not that much metal for those. Let's just make that bigger and the excess can just go into there. Getting through that at a good pace. 525. I'm curious about whether I can keep this video going long enough to think of my words to get this almost finished. Don't think I can. Don't think I can. Even at triple speed. But they are getting through it. 590, so let's unlock the triple overhang. We're going to go across like that. And then we're going to have levees out here. We're going to path out here. And we have to have impermeable floor out here. But not where I've just placed it. Here. There we go. Probably I should prioritize those ones. So that'll give us a nice 3D bad waterfall out to here. Which should be kind of cool, I think. But I also think it's going to have to wait until next time, unfortunately. So, yeah. We've made good progress today, though. We've got gears up and running. We're actually sat on quite a big stockpile of those. So I think what I might do is... Seeing as we've got some haulers now, delete a couple of those and replace them with a medium tank. Set to supply. Start increasing our water supply. We might want to increase our water pumping soon as well. I'd really quite like to see one of these built. Are they close to finishing one of them? No. Oh, yep. Yep, one is built. There we go. It's kind of cool. So you can get a feel for what it's going to do. Roughly, maybe. Obviously, quite a lot more building to do with this, but I think it's a fun way to start exploring this three-dimensional stuff. I say a bit of a folly, apart from the fact that I'm hoping it will remove the contamination from this little tiny area here and this bit here. Yeah, we could have used contamination barriers or irrigation barriers, I guess, which, you know, would have been easier, more sensible. But this is normal, so we're not having to worry about it being particularly difficult. So why do the easy and sensible thing when you can do the fun thing? Speaking of which, we have quite a few spare beavers, so I'm going to throw in another smelter. We've got the gears to build it. We've got the planks to build it. We've got the scrap metal to build it. And metal is a limiting factor. So, yeah. That seems like a good idea to me. We can get some more hauling going on for now. That would be a darn good idea. I think we'll get some more wood cutting going on. I'm kind of surprised that our 5 beavers aren't cutting trees faster. Really have got these set to be cut, haven't I? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day here. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully, in the next one, we'll get this jobby done. And we can see some of the cool three-dimensional water effects. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.